And it's just for laughs. You know, we're not going to try to change anybody's mind. We're not going to deal with politics or the sexual revolution. We're just going to have a good time. Don't you think we all deserve it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So we're bringing you lots of, can you hear me in the booth? We're going to bring you lots of good songs, good dances, and good writing from our own Seymour Playwrights group. And so if you will please take a minute to take off your cell phones, turn off your cell phones or pagers. Does anyone use pagers anymore? I don't know, maybe not. I'm not up on this. Okay, and so without further ado, let's have a comedy tonight. Okay.
Something familiar, something peculiar, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Something appealing, something appalling, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Nothing with kings, nothing with crowns. Bring on the lovers, liars, and clowns. Old situations, new complications. Nothing portentous or polite. Tragedy tomorrow, comedy tonight. Something convulsive, something repulsive, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Something aesthetic, something frenetic, something for everyone, a comedy tonight. Nothing of gods, nothing of fate. Weighty affairs will just have to wait. Nothing that's normal, nothing that's normal. No recitations to recite. Boots and branches, funerals and chases,
baritones and basses.
A royal curse, no Trojan horse, and a happy ending, of course. Goodness and badness, man in his madness. This time it all turns out alright. Tragedy tomorrow, comedy tonight.
Good afternoon. As you can see, the Primetime Players are out to bring you a lot of laughs this afternoon in a show called Just for Laughs. I want to point out, so there's no mistake, that is spelled F-O-R and not F-O-U-R. So, we've got helping us out today, we have the Seymour Playwrights, a group that meets here monthly, and they wrote the scripts for today's show. Our first segment of the afternoon covers Love and Courtship. In this scene, Sylvia, Art, Kay, and myself will show how miscommunication might complicate marriage plans. Mary, after that scene, will reveal some of the problems she's encountered in finding a mate. Joan will redefine what it means to be true to her mate. Then Pip will discover something about her car and her auto mechanic in a long-lost scene from a Puccini opera. I play the mechanic in that one. Last in this section, Marie will share the hardship of getting a man with a gun.
So, Pa, how was work today?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Yeah, same old malarkey. Oh, and how was your day of sightseeing?
Oh.
Very good. I showed Mike a lot of Dublin.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I don't even know how I kept up.
That's our Maureen.
You're probably wondering why we asked you to meet us here today.
Well, I figured it was just to show Mike a real Irish pub.
Well, that too, but
Wait, I better call your mother, you know? When I'm not home right on time, she gets all upset and everything, you know.
she'll be here in a little while. I called her. You see, Mike, why don't you...
Well, shouldn't we wait for her?
No, Mike.
Mr. Keenan, let me put it directly. Maureen and I are in love, and we're going to be married, and we'd like your blessing.
Dear, oh dear, I was afraid of this. The wife thought, oh no, Maureen isn't stupid enough to marry this fella, but I had my doubts, I wasn't so sure. She's always been headstrong, you know, not too careful.
Pa!
And yeah, no offense, Mike, no offense. You're all right for an American, I suppose, but we'd always hoped Maureen would marry one of the local lads, you know. Maureen, you know, when you went to work in America, I told you this would happen. You know, when you went to New York, you're even starting to talk like an American. You know, some of the local fellas are still available, you know. Timmy Flynn, you always liked him.
Timmy Flynn is a notorious drunk.
What the good thing is, he'll never lay a hand on you. Passed out cold by 6 p.m. he is, like clockwork.
Enough of this. I'm in love with Mike, and I'm going to marry him. Now admit it, you're only upset because you think Ma is going to raise a stink. I was counting on you to help bring Ma around. That's why we talked to you first.
Well, why did you think that I'd be your advocate? I'm no more fond of losing you than she'll be.
You're not losing me.
Well, I know, we're just gaining a son. Well, the fact is, we'll hardly ever see you.
That's not true. We'll visit you, you'll visit us. You won't have time to miss me, right?
Absolutely. You'll be sick of us.
And we certainly expect you to be around to spoil your grandchildren.
Of course. Spoil them rotten.
Oh, all right. You're a good Catholic.
Yes, sir, I am.
Never been married before.
No, sir.
And just set on this.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess that's that. The Lord sends us our crosses to bear, and we have to bear them as best we can. Well, good luck to the both of you.
Thank you, sir.
And about the wife, I don't know what good I can do, but I'll need a few... Oh, hello, dear.
There you are. I almost missed you, hiding out here in this here corner. What's going on?
No, nothing, dear, nothing. We were just waiting for you.
A likely story. Some things that you're not telling me. Out with it and no shilly-shallying.
All right, well, actually, we've got some good news to tell you.
Well, good news?
Yeah, yes, indeed. These two are going to be married.
What did you say?
Married. They're going to be married.
To each other?
Yeah, that's the plan, yes. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, why have you forsaken me? You're exiling only daughter to a land of heathens and perverts and Protestants. Kill me now. Kill me now.
Look, Miss Keenan, don't be upset. You haven't lost your daughter. You'll still see Maureen, probably more than you do now.
Yeah, we're sure of that, Mary. This is the reason now. We'll be seeing Maureen more often than ever. They promised to settle here in Ireland.
Really?
Well, sure, of course. They assured me that they'd visit us. We'd visit them all the time. Well, what else could that mean? Mike even said we'd be getting tired of seeing them, right, Mike?
Yeah, well, yes, I said
Yeah,
that.
well, so we're all right then, now aren't we, dear?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Well, no apology necessary. Listen, there has been a mistake. We're going to live in New York. Now, we'll visit, and we want you to visit.
What?
Now, Ma, don't.
Oh, Lord! You were more merciful to the Egyptians with their plagues of boils and lizards than you are with me. You had only Judas to betray you. I got me own daughter, like the Bible says. No, how sharper than a serpent's tooth is a toothless child.
marrying my daughter, painful as it is one thing. Whisking her away to that hellhole of a country is entirely another.
It's not a hellhole. I mean, sure, there's more crime there, but there's more museums, more theaters, more athletic teams.
And we both have good jobs in New York.
God, there are jobs here.
Mike is a lawyer in a big firm.
Well, it's all right. He's still young enough to learn an honest trade.
And the advertising firm I'm working for, the third largest in the world, has offered me a permanent position.
So, money, is it? It's all greed, nothing but greed.
No, but we do need to support ourselves. And you want us to be able to afford children, don't you?
Well, yes.
And one of the things, just like Maureen, I have wonderful parents who have sacrificed for me all their life. They deserve a comfortable retirement, and I plan to see that they are well taken care of. And I know Maureen feels the same way about you. Our New York jobs will give us what we need to provide for all of our children's grandparents.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mike. It does you credit. I'm sure that Mary is touched as I am by what you said about caring for us just like her own parents. You know, we've never really considered leaving Ireland, and frankly, we're a little afraid of New York, but...
Wait, now...
But if your parents are comfortable with it, then we are too.
Well, hold on.
What it'll take us a couple of weeks, maybe a month to sell our place here, but by the time you're married, we'll be ready to move in with you.
Oh, Lord, why have you forsaken me?
At 16 years I was blue and sad. Then father said I could find a lad. So out I went to become a wife and find the real love of my life. His name, it was Chris, and the last was McGill. I met him one night picking flowers on the hill. He had lots of charm and a certain kind of touch and a certain kind of eagerness that pleased me very much. So there, 'neath the moon, where romance often springs, I gave him my heart and a few other things. I don't know how long that I stayed upon the hill, but the moon had disappeared, and so had Christopher McGill. I went home and I thought I'd die. Then father said, make another try. So out I went to become a wife and find the real love of my life. Oh, he was a poet, a rhymer was he. He read me some verse he had written for me. He told me they'd move me, these poems, from his pen. And how right he was, because they moved me right into the glen. We stayed till the dawn came and lighted the sky. Then I shook his hand and I bid him goodbye. I never went back, for what I had heard was true, that the poets only write about the things they cannot do. My pa said, watch out for men who think. You'll be much better with men who drink. So out I went to become a wife and find the real love of my life. Oh, he was a soldier, a fine Highland son. He told me about all the battles he'd won. He spent so much time telling me about his might. When one look at him decided me to not put up a fight. We skirmished for hours was that night in the glen, and I found the sword had more might than the pen. But then I got drowsy and snored to my dismay, and he thought it was a bugle and got up and marched away. My pa said, "Daughter, there must be one, someone who's true or too old to run." So I'm still looking to be a wife and find the real love of my life.
Oh, dear, why can't you behave? Why can't you behave? How the hell can you be jealous when you know, baby, I'm your slave? I'm just mad for you, and I'll always be. But naturally, when a custom-tailored vet asks me out for something wet, when the vet begins to pet, I cry hooray. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. Mr. Harris, plutocrat, often takes me to the rat. Mr. Rat begins to cry, and I say, hey. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. There's a madman known as Mac who is planning to attack. If that mad attack includes a Cadillac, okay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, my way. From Milwaukee, Mr. Fritz often takes me to the Ritz. Mr. Fritz invented slits, and slits must pay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. There's an old man known as Tex who is keen to give me checks. But the checks, I fear, mean the tax is here to stay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. Yeah.
Oh, my Chevy Cavalier, I get off check engine light. I can pass inspection when some damn imperfection is causing a rejection. I need your shrewd detection.
Your catalytic
converter is completely rusted through. Swapping for a new one is what you've got to do.
I've really got to run. How fast can this be done?
I can quickly have the part here, but the cost I fear you'll find quite dear.
Try me.
$1,100.
No! 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 That sucks! What does this contraption do?
A catalytic converter is a marvelous invention for cleaning up emissions from your engine. The inside's got a catalyst such as platinum, palladium, or rhodium. It's an isolated chamber built like honeycomb inside. In goes carbon monoxide, passing catalysts on its way through, changing to water and CO2 and O2 molecules then get reduced to oxygen and nitrogen.
So tell me, does it have to be replaced? Just use a pipe to fill the space.
That's illegal, I have to say.
That awful price I cannot pay.
Your begging has to stop. If I were caught, they'd close my shop.
Although this may sound to you a little strange, but would you take a more in exchange? My love in return for, let's be clear, removing this catalytic converter here.
So love's the catalyst that's missing to change the fumes my heart's been hissing. Just as carbon monoxide is transformed when it encounters platinum that's super warmed. My own catalytic converter you'll be. I accept your love eternally. You have saved this lonely man.
I had in mind a one-night stand.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, my mother was frightened by a shotgun, they say. That's why I'm such a wonderful shot. I'd be out with the cactus and I'd practice all day. But now tell me, what have I got? I'm quick on the trigger with targets not much bigger than a pinpoint. I'm number one. But my score with the feller is lower than a cellar. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. When I'm with the pistol, I sparkle like a crystal. Yes, I shine like the morning sun. But when with the Bronco Buster, I lose all of my luster. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. With a gun, with a gun. No, you can't get a man with a gun. I tried. If I'm with the herder, you'd have steak, for the job was done. But if I shot the herder, they'd holler bloody murder. 'Cause you can't shoot a male in the tail like a quail. No, you can't get a man with a gun. I'm bold, brave, and daring when with the lion staring, when I'm out with my Remington. But a smile from a mister can raise a fever blister. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. Those girls with umbrellas, they're always out with fellers in the rain and the blazing sun. But a man never trifles with gals who carry rifles. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. With a gun, with a gun. No, you can't get a man with a gun. Oh, Tom, Dick, and Harry, they'll build a house for Carrie, and when the preacher made them as one. But he can't build your houses with buckshot in his trousers. Oh, a man may be hot, but he's not when he's shot. Oh, you can't get a man with a gun. A man's love is mighty. He'll even buy a nightie for a gal who he thinks is fun. But they don't buy pajamas for pistol-packing mamas. Oh, you can't get a hug from a mug with a slug. No, you can't get a man with a gun. I tried.